Hello everyone, welcome to 12th Biology syllabus of Maharashtra State Board. I am Mr. Praveen Kumar Chauhan from Gokhale Education Society's Sir Dr. M.S. Gosavi Junior College of Science and Commerce, Krushinagar, Nasik. Today we will talk about unit number 2nd, Genetics and Evolution, topic 3rd, Inheritance and Variation, and our subtopic is Chromosomal Basis of Inheritance. Let us learn about chromosomal basis of inheritance. Chromosome is a highly condensed form of genetic material that present in nucleus of eukaryotic cell, whereas inheritance is the phenomenon of transfer of character from one generation to another generation. Scientist Gregor John Mendel published his work on inheritance in 1866, but for some reason the work was remained unnoticed till 1900. As the communication was not easy in those days, his work was not widely recognized. His approach of using mathematics and statistics to explain biological phenomenon was totally new in those days. Mendel was totally unknown about physical location of factor, but still he explained his outstanding views about inheritance of character from parents to their offspring through factor. He thought that something is there in gametes which is capable to transport the character from parents to their offspring, and he introduced the term factor to that unknown thing which is present in the gametes. After Mendel, his findings were rediscovered in late 1900 by three scientists named as Hugo de Vries from Holland, Karl Correns from Germany, and Erich von Schermach from Austria. They found that exact same finding to that of the Mendel, and they were surprised that how did Mendel work without any advancement in scientific technology. As the scientific era started rapid progress in new techniques of microscopy, scientists knew the cell division, that is mitosis and meiosis, and even they were observed chromosomes under microscope. So due to advancement in microscopy, scientists were able to observe cell division and structure of chromosomes under microscope. Simultaneously, Walter Sutton, along with his co-worker Theodore Boveri, in 1903 studied the behavior of Mendel's factor, that is gene, and behavior of chromosomes at the time of meiosis. On the basis of behavior of genes and chromosomes, Walter Sutton, along with Theodore Boveri, proposed chromosomal theory of inheritance in 1903. Let us have a look on chromosomal theory of inheritance. As you know, scientists Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri proposed chromosomal theory of inheritance in 1903, in which they explain behavior of chromosomes during meiosis and even during fertilization or fusion of gametes. They observed that whatever chromosomes present in the pair of their homologs in a gametogenic mother cell, the chromosomes appear separately in the haploid gametes. It means chromosome shows segregation or separation during gametogenesis. Suppose these are the two parents having two pairs of contrasting characters, and these are the haploid gametes in which chromosomes from their parents in the haploid form. If these two haploid gametes undergoes fertilization, the F1 generation whatever appears, in the F1 generation chromosomes from both the parents appears. When this F1 individual produces gametes at the time of gamete production, whatever chromosomes present in The gametogenic mother cell, that chromosomes get separated. So chromosomes remain together till the gamete formation. But at the time of gamete formation, chromosomes get separated. Scientists also notice that when two homozygous parents differing in two pair of contrasting traits are crossed, then the inheritance of one pair is independent of the other. It means if multiple contrasting characters was there in organism, the distribution of alleles of different trait is independent of the previous original combination. Suppose these are the two parents differing in two pairs of contrasting character. It means multiple pairs of contrasting characters. So their haploid gametes have the chromosomes for their multiple characters, and after fertilization in F1 individual, chromosomes appears from both the parents. But when this F1 individual produces gametes, in the gametes, whatever chromosomes which are distributed, the distribution of chromosomes is not depend on each other. Means what? Suppose these are the two homologous chromosomes. These two homologous chromosomes, they get distributed independently. Means here independent distribution observed in the gametes. There are certain statements of chromosomal theory of inheritance. The genetic material of eukaryotic cell is distributed among multiple chromosomes in the nucleus. The chromosomes are present in a pair, that is in diploid form in somatic cell. During gametogenesis, homologous pair of chromosomes segregate and assort independently. Hence, gametes contains only one set, that is haploid chromosomes. Nucleus of gametes contains chromosomes which carry all hereditary traits. Hence, they are the link between parents and their offsprings. Fusion of haploid male and haploid female gamete restores the diploid number of chromosomes of the species. Let us learn about chromosomes. Chromosomes are filamentous and darkly stained bodies present in the nucleus of eukaryotic cell. So this one is a new eukaryotic cell. Inside the nucleus you will see the darkly stained bodies that are chromosomes. The term chromosome were coined by Voltaire in 88. So the Voltaire was the scientist who used the term chromosome for the first time. Chromosomes are clearly visible during metaphase of cell division. So due to condensation, chromosomes are short and thick and which are clearly visible during the metaphase of cell division. Each metaphase chromosome varies in size from zero point 0.1 to 33 μm in length and 0.2 to 2 μm in thickness. Chemically, eukaryotic chromosomes are made up of DNA, histones, and non-histones. So this is the entire structure of chromosome. And chromosomes are made up of DNA wrapped around histone proteins, which forms histone octamer. The entire structure is here. After wrapping of DNA, this one is a nucleosome. Nucleosome assembled as nucleosome fiber. The nucleosome fiber shows their coiling and forms chromatin fiber. Chromatin fiber shows its supercoiling and forms chromatid, and chromatid assembled as a chromosome. Let us learn about the number of chromosomes. The number of chromosome is species specific. Therefore, it is of great importance in the study of phylogeny and taxonomy. So what does mean by phylogeny? Phylogeny means finding the relationship between two different species or the relationship between different stages during the course of evolution. So while studying the phylogeny, the chromosomes has great importance, or chromosome number has great importance. What do you mean by taxonomy? Taxonomy is nothing but classification of organism. So for the classification here, comparison between the genome or comparison between the number of chromosome has great importance. Then ploidy, the degree of repetition of primary basic number of chromosome, which is represented as X in a cell. So the chromosome number that present in a primary basic number in the nucleus of eukaryotic cell is considered as ploidy. Then euploidy. Euploidy is a condition when a cell or organism has one or more than one complete set of chromosome. So euploidy means complete set of chromosome. Complete normal set of chromosome is considered as euploidy. The euploidy has number of examples: monoploidy or haploidy, that is single set of chromosome. Diploidy means double set of chromosome. Triploidy means 3 sets of chromosomes. Tetraploidy means 4 sets of chromosomes. Then aneuploidy. Aneuploidy is the presence of an abnormal number of chromosomes in haploid set. Means if haploid set is considered, in that haploid set, if abnormal number of chromosome found, it means aneuploidy. Aneuploidy occurs due to addition, means addition of one or more chromosome. Deletion means deletion of one or more chromosomes to the total number of chromosomes in a cell. Aneuploidy results in some genetic disorders, and these genetic disorders are of 2 types: autosomal disorders and sex chromosomal disorders. So what are autosomal disorders? You know, autosomes are the chromosomes which are identical in both male as well as females, and sex chromosomes which are somewhat different, or they have great importance of sex determination. So there are certain autosomal disorders. Example is Down syndrome. In case of Down syndrome, you will find trisomy of chromosome number 21. So instead of chromosome number 21, which should be in a pair, but in case of Down syndrome, here chromosome number 21 is in one more additional chromosome, that is 3 sets of chromosomes we will found. Then sex chromosomal disorder, Turner syndrome, in which 22 autosomes plus X, means one chromosome is less here. One sex chromosome is less in case of Turner syndrome. So total number of chromosome is 45 instead of 46. Klinefelter syndrome. In case of Klinefelter syndrome, we will find 22 autosomes and XXY, means 3 sex chromosomes. Instead of 2, there are 3 sex chromosomes. So total number of chromosomes is 47 instead of 46. So these are the concept regarding with numbers. Let us have a look on distribution of chromosomes. So this chart explains the distribution of chromosomes and their types. Let us see ploidy. Ploidy is divided into euploidy and aneuploidy. Euploidy have 3 different types: monoploidy, diploidy, polyploidy. Monoploidy means single set of chromosome. Diploidy means double set of chromosomes, and polyploidy means multiple set of chromosomes. So polyploidy may have triploid, tetraploid, pentaploid, or so on. So here euploidy means normal set of chromosomes, and aneuploidy means abnormal set of chromosomes. So aneuploidy are of 2 types: hypoploidy and hyperploidy. Hypoploidy means less number of chromosomes, somewhat abnormal number, but abnormal number includes less number of chromosomes than the original or normal number of chromosomes. Hyperploidy means somewhat more number of chromosomes than the normal set. Let us see hypoploidy. Hypoploidy has two types, monosomy and nullisomy. Monosomy means here one chromosome less than the diploid set of chromosome is considered as monosomy. Nullisomy means two chromosomes less than the diploid set of chromosomes. Then hypoploidy has two types, trisomy and tetrasomy. Trisomy means here if one pair is considered, in that pair one chromosome is additional, means in diploid set of chromosome if one chromosome is additional, it means instead of two chromosomes there are three chromosomes appeared in a set, that are trisomy. Tetrasomy means two chromosomes more in a pair, means two pairs are there. So if a particular number, if we consider, instead of two chromosomes of that particular number, we will observe four number of chromosomes. Let us have a look on structure of chromosomes. Due to condensation, chromosomes are short and thick and are clearly visible during metaphase of cell division. So chromosomes are somewhat darkly stained bodies which are condensed, and due to condensation they are clearly visible in metaphase. Then each chromosome has a primary constriction, or also called as centromere. So what do you mean by centromere? The centromere is a region or specialized DNA sequence of chromosome that links a pair of sister chromatids together. During cell division, spindle fiber attach to the centromere via kinetochore. Centromere is chemically composed by large amount of DNA which is often packaged into heterochromatin in most of eukaryotes. The centromere DNA sequence consists of large arrays of repetitive DNA. So centromere is nothing but a part of DNA which is highly aggregated or condensed structure of heterochromatin. Then kinetochore. Kinetochore, it is a disc-shaped protein complex assembled on the centromeric region of DNA. It provides the major attachment point for the spindle fibers during cell division to pull the chromosomes apart and plays an important role in segregation of chromosomes. So kinetochore is nothing but a disc-like structure that present over the centromeric DNA, and it provide site for attachment to the spindle fibers during separation of chromosomes at the time of cell division. So kinetochore has great importance during cell division or segregation. Then secondary constriction. The secondary constriction, you will see the secondary constriction here. There are two types of secondary constrictions, secondary constriction 1 and secondary constriction 2. Let us see. At the secondary constriction 1, one nucleolus become organized during interphase, so it has the region that is NOR. NOR stands for nucleolar organizer region. While secondary constriction shows SAT body. So what is SAT body? SAT body is nothing but a satellite region of secondary constriction. So satellite region is present near the secondary constriction. Then satellite. What is a satellite? Satellite is a part of secondary constriction 2 which is mostly situated near to the tip of chromosome. So mostly near the tip of chromosomes we will see the satellite, and here in the secondary constriction 1 you will see nucleolar organizer, and here you will see somewhat satellite region of the secondary constriction. Then satellites serve as an identifying marker. It also plays an important role in formation of nucleolus and RNA synthesis. So satellite has the great importance for the formation of nucleolus and RNA synthesis. Then chromomeres. Chromomeres, you will see here the chromomeres inside this structure, detailed structure of chromosome. Here the chromomeres are somewhat dark structures or somewhat beaded structures will appear throughout the length of chromosomes. So chromomeres are any bead of granules or any of the bead-like granules occurring in a series along the chromonema. So this is the chromonema, and each bead is nothing but chromomere. So these single somewhat darkly structures or darkly stained structures are chromomeres, and here you will see the chromonema. Then chromonemata. Chromonemata is the coiled central filament in which genes are located. Each chromonema extends the entire length of chromosome. So here chromonemata, you will see the chromonemata. These are somewhat coiled structure in which genes are present, and each chromonemata is present throughout the length of chromosome. Then chromatid. So what is chromatid? Chromatid is nothing but condensed structure or somewhat supercoiled structure of chromatin. Then telomeres. So what are telomeres? Telomeres are the ends of chromosomes. The chromosomes, whatever you will see the chromosomes here, the telomeres are somewhat end segment of chromosomes. Types of chromosomes on the basis of centromere position. Here you will see 4 types of chromosomes on the basis of centromere position: metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric, and telocentric. In case of metacentric chromosome, centromere is situated at the middle, whereas in submetacentric, centromere is slightly apart from the center of chromosome, whereas in acrocentric, the centromere is situated far away from the center of chromosome, and in telocentric, the centromere is placed at one end of chromosome. Here telocentric chromosomes appear I shape, acrocentric chromosomes appears J shape, submetacentric chromosomes appear L shape, whereas metacentric chromosomes appear V shape. So when these chromosomes appear, or how you will find such a kind of shapes of chromosomes, these different shapes of chromosomes appear during separation of chromosomes. When spindle fiber pull the chromosome apart from each other, at the time of pulling, these chromosomes appear like this way. Let us learn about the human karyotype. So karyotype is the process in which photographs of chromosomes are taken in order to determine the chromosomes complement of an individual, including the number of chromosomes and any abnormalities. Here, morphological study of chromosomes are carried out in karyotyping. For performing the procedure of karyotyping, here chromosomes are isolated from a diploid cell. So in this case, you will see the human karyotypes. There are 2 examples of human karyotypes: human male karyotypes and human female karyotype. So here the normal human karyotype includes 23 pairs of chromosomes, in which first 22 autosomes and 23rd pair is sex chromosome. Right from chromosome pair number 1 to chromosome pair number 22, all the 22 pairs are same in both male and female. Hence, they are considered as autosomes, while pair number 23rd is considered as sex chromosome pair which is distinct in male, that is XY in male and XX in female. Let us see about the sex chromosome. Sex chromosome, that are X chromosome and Y chromosomes. In case of male, you will see XY chromosome as a 23rd pair, whereas in female, both X chromosomes are found in a 23rd pair. In case of X chromosome, you will see the centromere which is positioned at the center, so these are metacentric chromosomes. Whereas Y chromosome is acrocentric due to the centromere is positioned far away from the center. Here each chromosome, that may be X or Y, both have arm, that is P arm and Q arm. In case of P arm of both chromosome, you will find non-homologous region. So what is homologous region? Homologous region means identical region. Here P arm of X and Y chromosome, these are non-homologous region, whereas there are certain homologous region in Q arm of both X and Y chromosome. Let us look about the anatomy of X chromosome. X chromosome is metacentric, means the centromere is in the middle of both P and Q arm. X chromosome is long, straight and rod-like, so you will see the rod-like structure of X chromosome. X chromosome has large amount of euchromatin and small amount of heterochromatin. So euchromatin are the region where the functionally active genes are present, whereas heterochromatins are the regions of chromosome where functionally inactive or somewhat switched off genes are present. Then X chromosome contains over 1400 genes. It also contains over 150 million base pairs, out of which 95% base pairs have been determined or identified. While the study of genome, that is study of human genome, 95% base pairs have been determined or identified. So let us see the structure of this X chromosome, in which here euchromatin and heterochromatin regions are there. So more number of euchromatin you will see and less number of heterochromatins you can see in case of X chromosome. This one is a P arm, this one is a Q arm, on which you will see number of genes. Especially here in this diagram, you will find the linked genes on X chromosome. In case of anatomy of Y chromosome, you will see Y chromosome is acrocentric. So here centromere is somewhat away from the center or away from the middle position of chromosome. So here P arm is somewhat short, whereas Q arm is long in case of Y chromosome. It is short and J-shaped chromosome. Y chromosome has small amount of euchromatin and large amount of heterochromatin. So if you observe the Y chromosome, it has heterochromatin region which is somewhat large in amount and euchromatin region is somewhat less in amount. So functionally active genes are less on Y chromosome and functionally inactive genes are more on Y chromosome. Here 5% of the chromosome contains genes shared with the X chromosome. So somewhat homologous region of both X and Y chromosome shows somewhat 5% similarity with respect to their genes. Then 95% of chromosome contains sex determining and male specific region. So Y chromosome has great importance in sex determination. So 95% genes which are located on this particular Y chromosome that are totally concerned with the determination of sex that are male specific, basically. Y chromosome contains less than 30 genes, so very less number of genes are present on Y chromosome, and you will see different region. PAR stands for autosomal region. SRY stands for sex determining region of Y chromosome. MSY stands for male specific region of Y chromosome. So maximum region is concerned with the sex determination in case of human Y chromosome. When we compare X chromosome with Y chromosome, here X chromosome is relatively larger in size. Due to its large size, it has more number of euchromatin, means more number of active genes. Whereas on Y chromosome, here large number of heterochromatins and less number of euchromatin, that represents less active genes on Y chromosome. If we observe the P arm of X chromosome, it has ocular albinism segment, then Duchenne muscular dystrophy segment, and on Q arm of X chromosome we will see androgen insensitivity segment, gene that concerned with the severe combined immunodeficiency and hemophilia segment, and we also observe the color blindness gene on Q arm of X chromosome. Whereas on Y chromosome, here P arm, that is somewhat non-homologous region with the X chromosome. Here Y chromosome shows sex determination segment, that is SRY segment on P arm, whereas on Q arm male specific segments are observed on Y chromosome. So that concerned with the sperm development, it is also considered as AZF segments. So till this moment we studied about chromosomal basis of inheritance, in which we studied the history of chromosomal theory, then structure of chromosome, different types of chromosome. We also observed karyotyping, and we compared X and Y chromosomes. Have a good day. Bye bye.